In 1923, a German engineer named Rudolf Vogel documented something in a private technical journal that the emerging automobile industry would spend the next century trying to erase from public memory. His notes described a method of engine preservation so effective that vehicles maintained this way showed almost zero internal wear after 200,000 miles. The same engines that mechanics told you would need rebuilding at 100,000 miles. The same engines that dealerships told you were disposable. Vogel's method required no special tools, no expensive products, and no mechanical knowledge. It required understanding one thing, that the modern automotive industry has built its entire business model around you never learning. Today, we are going to rebuild that knowledge from the ground up. By the time you finish reading this, you will understand why your engine degrades the way it does, why that degradation is not inevitable, and how a method developed before synthetic oil existed, before fuel injection existed, before computers ran your vehicle, still outperforms everything the modern industry sells you. And you will understand why that method never made it into any owner's manual, any dealership service guide, or any automotive school curriculum in America. But first, you need to understand what an engine actually costs you. The average American spends $1,400 per year on vehicle maintenance and repairs. Over the lifetime of a vehicle, engine-related failures account for roughly 35% of total repair costs. A full engine rebuild runs between $2,500 and $4,500. A replacement engine runs between $4,000 and $8,000 installed. And the average American replaces their vehicle every 8 years, largely because the engine has degraded to a point where continued repair feels economically irrational. The automotive industry calls this a normal ownership cycle. Vogel called it an engineered dependency. In 1923, the automobile was still a relatively new technology. Engines were simple, mechanical, and understood by the people who drove them. Owners maintained their vehicles the way farmers maintain their equipment, with deep knowledge of how the machine actually worked. Vogel, who worked as a mechanical engineer for a private industrial firm in Stuttgart, spent years studying engine wear patterns across hundreds of vehicles. He was not trying to sell anything. He was trying to understand why some engines lasted and others did not. What he found was not complicated. Engine wear does not happen while your engine is running. It happens in the first 30 seconds after you start it. The oil drains down from the internal components and collects in the oil pan at the bottom of the engine. Every metal surface inside that engine, the cylinder walls, the piston rings, the crankshaft bearings, the camshaft lobes, sits dry. When you turn the key, those metal surfaces grind against each other for 20 to 30 seconds before the oil pump has circulated enough oil to create a protective film between them. Engineers call this boundary lubrication failure. Vogel called it the death of 1,000 starts. Studies conducted by the Society of Automotive Engineers found that over 70% of all engine wear occurs during cold starts. Not during highway driving, not during towing or hard acceleration. During the first 30 seconds of every single start, every single day, for the entire life of your vehicle. A vehicle started 3,000 times over its lifetime experiences the equivalent of 90,000 seconds of metal-on-metal contact with no lubrication. That is 25 hours of your engine running completely dry. Vogel's solution was elegant and it cost almost nothing. He developed what he called a pre-lubrication protocol, a method of ensuring that every internal surface of the engine was coated with oil before the starter motor ever turned. His original method used a hand-operated primer pump connected to the main oil gallery. Before starting the engine, you pumped it 8 to 10 times. Oil flooded the bearings, the cylinder walls, the valve train. When the engine started, there was no dry contact. None. The metal surfaces never touched each other without lubrication. Vogel documented vehicles running this protocol for over 400,000 miles on original internal components. Not rebuilt, original. The cylinder bores showed wear measurements so small they were within the margin of error of the measurement tools available in 1923. The knowledge spread slowly through European industrial and military circles. By the late 1930s, several European manufacturers had experimented with factory-installed pre-lubrication systems on long-haul commercial vehicles. The results replicated Vogel's findings exactly. Engines equipped with pre-lubrication systems showed between 60 and 75% less internal wear over the same mileage compared to identical engines without the system. The technology worked, the science was undeniable. And then the American automotive industry made a decision that would define the next 100 years of vehicle ownership. In the early 1950s, as American car manufacturers were scaling production to meet post-war demand, the question of pre-lubrication systems was raised internally at several major manufacturers. The engineering departments understood the technology. The business departments understood something else. A vehicle that lasted 400,000 miles on original components was a vehicle that its owner would never need to replace. A consumer who never experienced catastrophic engine failure was a consumer who was not motivated to buy a new vehicle on the manufacturer's timeline. The entire dealership service model, which accounted for a significant portion of manufacturer revenue, was built around routine maintenance and eventual major repairs. Pre-lubrication technology would not destroy that model entirely, but it would compress it significantly enough that the internal financial analysis came back negative. The technology was quietly shelved, not banned in the legislative sense, not made illegal, simply never implemented, never mentioned, never included in any consumer-facing documentation, and never taught in any automotive training curriculum funded by manufacturer relationships. The knowledge did not disappear. It survived in industrial applications, in mining equipment, in marine engines, in military vehicles where longevity mattered more than replacement cycles. If you look at the maintenance manuals for heavy industrial diesel engines used in mining operations, you will find pre-lubrication protocols described in detail. Those engines run for millions of miles on original components because the companies operating them cannot afford the downtime of engine failure. The same technology, applied differently depending on who profits from your engine dying. In the 1970s, a small group of automotive engineers and hobbyists in Germany began documenting Vogel's original work and adapting it for modern vehicles. They published their findings in a small circulation technical journal called Motor and Technik. The results were consistent with everything Vogel had documented 50 years earlier. Modern engines equipped with aftermarket pre-lubrication systems showed dramatically reduced wear rates. Oil analysis, which measures the concentration of metal particles in used oil and directly indicates how much internal wear is occurring, consistently showed between 50 and 70% less metal contamination in engines using pre-lubrication compared to identical engines without it. The aftermarket pre-lubrication industry exists today. There are several manufacturers producing electric pre-lubrication systems that install into virtually any engine. They range in price from $80 to $200. They use a small electric pump that activates when you unlock your vehicle, 30 seconds before the starter motor engages, flooding the engine with oil before a single revolution occurs. They are not sold at dealerships. They are not mentioned in any manufacturer's warranty documentation. They are not recommended by any oil company. And the automotive press, which derives a significant portion of its advertising revenue from manufacturer relationships, has largely ignored them for decades. Here is the complete method as Vogel originally documented it, adapted for a modern vehicle. The first principle is pre-lubrication. Before your engine starts, oil must be present on every internal surface. In a modern vehicle, you can achieve this in 3 ways. The first is an aftermarket electric pre-lube system. These install in roughly 2 hours with basic mechanical knowledge. The pump connects to your oil filter housing and to your vehicle's electrical system. You program it to activate 20 to 30 seconds before your starter engages. From that point forward, every start your engine makes is a fully lubricated start. The second method is manual pre-lubrication, using a hand-operated oil pump that connects to the oil pressure port on your engine block. Before each start, you pump 8 to 10 times. It takes 15 seconds. The third method, and the one that requires no installation at all, is extended idle time. When you start your engine, you do not drive it for the first 60 to 90 seconds. You let it idle at low RPM while oil pressure builds and circulates through the system. This is not the same as full pre-lubrication, but it is significantly better than the cold start and immediate drive behavior that most drivers exhibit. The wear reduction from this single habit is measurable in oil analysis. The second principle is oil viscosity management. Vogel documented that thin oil reaches critical surfaces faster during a cold start than thick oil. Modern 0W20 and 5W20 oils flow at extremely low temperatures, reaching bearings and cylinder walls significantly faster than the 10W40 and 20W50 oils that were standard for most of the 20th century. If your manufacturer specifies a thin viscosity oil, use it. If your older vehicle specifies a thicker oil, consider moving 1 grade thinner during cold weather months. The oil reaches where it needs to be 40% faster. That 40% matters most in the first 30 seconds. The third principle is cold start RPM management. After starting, your engine should idle for a minimum of 60 seconds before you apply any load. This means no reversing, no acceleration, No immediate driving. Let the metal components reach operating temperature gradually. Thermal expansion in metal components means that clearances between moving parts are tighter when cold. Forcing tight clearances to move quickly under load before they have expanded to operating dimensions accelerates wear. This is the mechanical reality that manufacturers know and that no owner's manual ever clearly explains. The fourth principle is extended oil change intervals using oil analysis. Vogel observed that used oil, once it had lost its additive package through heat cycling, became corrosive to the very surfaces it was supposed to protect. Modern motor oil analysis services cost between $25 and $35. You send a small sample of your used oil to a laboratory. They measure viscosity breakdown, additive depletion, fuel dilution, coolant contamination, and most critically, metal particle concentration. Those metal particles tell you exactly how much wear is occurring in your engine, and exactly when your oil needs changing based on actual condition rather than arbitrary mileage intervals. Engines managed by oil analysis consistently show lower wear rates and require less frequent oil changes because you are changing oil when it needs changing rather than on a schedule designed around oil company revenue models. The fifth principle is the one that makes everything else work permanently. Consistency. A pre-lubrication protocol practiced once does almost nothing. Practiced for 10 years, it transforms the internal condition of your engine. Vogel's 400,000-mile vehicles were not exceptional machines. They were ordinary engines managed with extraordinary consistency. Here is what this looks like in practice for a vehicle you already own. Install an electric pre-lube system or commit to 60 to 90 seconds of idle time before driving. Switch to the thinnest viscosity oil your engine specifies. Run oil analysis every 10,000 miles and change oil based on the results rather than a sticker. Never accelerate hard until your temperature gauge reaches normal operating range. And then simply drive your vehicle. That is the entire method. The cost of implementation runs between $0 if you only change your habits and $250 if you install an electric pre-lube system and run annual oil analysis. The cost of a single engine rebuild that this method prevents runs between $2,500 and $8,000. The financial case is not close. But here is what Vogel understood that the automotive industry has spent 100 years trying to make you forget. Your engine is not a consumable. It was never designed to be disposable. The same metal components that wear out in most engines at 120,000 miles can last 500,000 miles with proper lubrication at the moment that matters most. The degradation you have been told is inevitable is not inevitable. It is profitable. Profitable for manufacturers who sell replacement vehicles, profitable for dealerships who sell repairs, profitable for oil companies who sell products designed around maximizing change frequency rather than maximizing protection. The pre-lubrication method that Rudolf Vogel documented in 1923 is not complicated. It is not expensive. It requires no special tools, no engineering knowledge, and no permission from anyone. It requires only the understanding that the 30 seconds after you turn your key is the most important mechanical event your engine experiences, and that those 30 seconds, managed correctly every single day, will determine whether your engine lasts 120,000 miles or 500,000. The industrial mining companies know this. The military knows this. The marine engine operators know this. Every operator, for whom engine failure represents catastrophic cost, knows this. And they all use pre-lubrication systems on every piece of critical equipment they own. The only people who are never told are the ones buying personal vehicles. That silence was not an accident. If this changes how you think about your vehicle, subscribe so you do not miss the next method we uncover. Share this with someone who is still paying for engine repairs that should never have happened. The knowledge is here. The choice is yours.